حي على الفلاح.
So now what is the explanation of you put yourselves in difficulty, in fitna, in tribulation? وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ. You procrastinated. تَرَبُّص, يعني wait and see. We'll see. We got time. I got time. I'll change. I know I have to do things. I have to make changes in myself. It can wait. One of my teachers, Dr. Isar Ahmed, very wise man. Very, very wise man. He described the struggle for our religion one time to me. It's stuck in my head still, because I've never found a more comprehensive view of struggle in our faith. You have a seed. You have a seed. You have to water it. You have to give it sunlight. You have to keep the soil soft. You have to keep it away from weeds. You have to take care of that seed so that the plant can grow. But growing the plant isn't the goal. The goal, eventually, is that the plant grows big enough that it turns into a tree. And that tree bears fruit. And the fruit benefits others. You understand? We have to take care of ourselves. I have to make a list of things that I don't like about myself as a Muslim. As a Muslim. There's some problems I have. There are some things I wish were different about me. And I have to plant that seed, and I have to water it, and I have to take care of myself. And when I do, I will develop. And only when I develop to a certain point, will I truly be able to benefit anybody else. Our deen wants us to benefit others. But you can't benefit others until if you're still a seed, and you haven't been watered, and you haven't grown, you haven't matured, then what benefit are you going to give anybody else? You can't. But then there are some whose entire life is spent watering and raking and watering and raking. And when you say, what about benefiting somebody else? No, I got more watering and raking to do. That's fake spirituality. That's fake. Our deen is not just about ourselves. You and I will be working on ourselves our entire lives. But while we are working on ourselves, there will be a point where you will realize you have to be honest to yourself. Is there something you can benefit somebody else with? And if so, do it. You have to do it. You can't say, inshallah, there's somebody else out there that can do it. No. You have to take a step. You have to stand up and do it. But at the same time, you don't forget your own spiritual needs. These people, tarabbastum, I got time. No hurry, no rush to change myself, no rush to... What's the big deal? We got time. وَارْتَبْتُمْ. There's no sense of urgency. And as a result of you procrastinating, your iman got so weak, you started falling into doubt. Now we're learning something very, very powerful. When you don't move forward in the path of Allah, your qualitative iman weakens. And when it weakens to a point, it starts messing with your quantitative iman. You start having doubts about Islam altogether. That starts happening. When people are in that state today, they are in that state, so many, because something qualitative is missing. And then it leads them to question the very foundations of their faith. وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِي. And false hopes deluded you. What are these false hopes that delude people? Things will work out in the end. Allah is not going to throw everyone in hell. There's so many more people that are much worse than I am that deserve hell. So why would He come after little old me for my little old laziness at Fajr? It's not that big of a deal. At least I make it up. Wishful thinking. Let me teach you what you will do to appreciate Allah. Here's how you appreciate Allah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu irka'u wasjudu. Make ruku', make sajda. What is both of these things referring to? Salat. The first act Allah teaches first He complained about humanity. You're not doing your job in appreciating me. You believers, it's your turn. You need to appreciate me. The first step in appreciating me will be salat. Where is your salat? How much we appreciate our salat is a good indication of how much we appreciate Allah. How active, how vigilant we are in getting up out of bed. How lazy we feel in making it to the masjid. How lazy we feel, how bored we are when the recitation is not entertaining enough. All of those are good indicators of where we stand before Allah Azza wa Jal. Irka'u wasjudu. Make ruku' and make sajda. And irka'u wasjudu are parts of salat, but they're also attitudes. Somebody who doesn't know about prayer, doesn't know about the Muslim prayer. A non-Muslim guy walks by and he sees people making salat. He's going to notice these people are standing with their head down, holding they're humble before somebody. Then they put their heads down like this halfway. Wow, they got even more humble. And when they got up, what happened next? Face on the ground, they got really humble. In other words, he's noticing that there's a progression in their humility to Allah, to whoever they're worshipping. They're getting even more and more and more subservient. This seems like they're appreciating their master, and they appreciated him more, and they appreciated him even more. The progression of salat itself teaches us that we're supposed to evolve, grow in our humility to Allah. That's a really important point. The extreme of humility was wasjudu. Then from there, because these two things still in the end, in essence, refer to salat. They refer to salat. What about in between the salawat? وَاعْبُدُوا رَبَّكُمْ, and enslave yourselves and worship your master. In other words, now that ruku' and sajda is done, that's not the only ibadah. You understand ibadah is more than that. Ibadah is an attitude. I'm a slave. I'm here to serve. Ibadah is how I walk, how I talk, how I think about myself, how I think about others. Your entire attitude gets transformed because of prayer. Prayer is actually a very big part of a Muslim's personality, not just our behavior. Prayer, we think of it as a behavior. But prayer actually, the daily salawat, they're supposed to have a really direct effect on how we think. Our attitudes, our thought process, our mentality. Between Dhuhr and Asr, my thoughts are going to be impacted by the Dhuhr prayer. Between Asr and Maghrib, my thoughts, my priorities are going to be impacted by the Asr prayer. It's the way a Muslim carries himself as a abd. That's shaped. That's what the salawat do. You know how pillars hold a building together? The salawat hold our day together. They hold our day together.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it with friends and family. If you want to see more videos from this series, click on the box at the top. If you want to see other videos, click on the box at the bottom. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.